What's up, Sonny?
All right, here we go. We're live.
Oh, hey guys. I gotta do the whole spiel like I'm on the phone.
Exactly. You got to do it like you're on the phone.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D. Well, my drawing a blank. Just no. I'm so
Look
used
at
to.
it. Look at
I'm
it.
so
Don't
used
be
to.
nervous.
So now I'm
Don't
gonna
get
start
nervous
blushing
now.
because I'm like
Don't be
nervous.
scared. Don't be scared.
But anyway, so it's not. I can't say Blog Talk Radio then, can I? Or
Yeah, we still gonna be on
Yeah.
Blog Talk.
all right, guys. So
But we're on YouTube Live and Facebook Live right
yeah,
now.
we be on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Want to shout out to everybody. Guys, y'all want to say hi?
What's going on, good people? You already know. It's your boy Clint. You know what I mean? This is our first time doing our Monday show on live with video
Yes,
with all
on
three of
live.
us. So, you know what I mean?
Right, no
just
doubt, no doubt.
Interesting.
But so, and me and Clint already 20 for good luck.
Yeah.
right. Oh, there you go. Oh, I got the thing is shirt
Yeah,
on.
I see. The thing
Yeah.
is, yeah. I was actually looking for that shirt when I found this one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What up, though? This is your boy Willie Stylez in the building. So glad
Yes,
to be on
yes,
our
y'all.
first Monday night stream. So hopefully everybody's is going to enjoy this simulcast. We're on Facebook and on Twitter. So and on YouTube. Sorry,
YouTube.
Facebook and
Yeah,
on YouTube.
YouTube.
But I am on Twitter.
And these
if you guys are tweeting, and so as always, I'm in them tweets.
gotta make that a shirt. I gotta make that a shirt. I definitely gotta do that one. But if you're watching, of course, you're on IG and Facebook. And if you catch the playback, you're gonna be on Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher. Where we at? We everywhere.
We
Here,
Everywhere.
YouTube. We're just everywhere. Go to our website, gftradioshow.com. Cop some merch. Woo! By going to teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. Cop that merch. And I guess y'all can't call in. Y'all can actually come join the chat though. All the links is in our bios. So check them out. It's in the post that we posted on throughout all over social media. So if you see it, click the link that you need to be on to come join us and get tagged in on the conversation on the video call. Or you can, leave us a live comment and we'll be reading them throughout the process. So as we said, bear with us. This is our first time doing a live show, our Monday show at least, because the Thursday show is a little bit laid back. This is more of a, let's get our lives together. We got to focus. Yeah. So pardon us for any delays or any glitches. We're just learning as we go. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in, as you guys have been doing amazingly throughout these last couple of weeks. Y'all been quarantining and chilling with us for the longest. It's been dope. So
For real.
I think we do another show this Thursday, right?
Exactly.
That's the
Definitely
plan.
doing
That's
that.
the plan.
Well, we do another one this Thursday, so y'all can see us right back out here again. Y'all can't never get too much of us. You can't ever.
It's never enough GFT radio show. Never enough.
At all.
Yes, but as always, we got a great topic lined up for y'all tonight. Hoes be winning. It's yeah. I cut like so. He probably I don't know if he followed the GFT radio thing, but he actually commented in my inbox talking, you gonna be a hoe again? Excuse me. And I got mad. Maybe I was a little salty. You posted about it. I'm like, this is a show topic. Like, but I was a hoe in my former years, but immediately so. But like, don't say that, or don't say it to a female early in the morning. If she already in a bad mood.
Right.
She woke up in a bad mood. Like I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and the first thing I go to my social media, like still the crust in my eye, and then nigga called me a hoe. Like what? I was mad. I was big mad. I was super mad. Had my cape on and everything. I was like, bitch, what the fuck you think you're talking to? Like that's how it was.
Right.
Yeah, but see, Clint, your topic is starting shit early in the morning.
Like you say, already starting. Right. It's already getting people going. It's already getting people moving.
To be honest with y'all, to be completely honest with y'all, I was joking. I was joking. So let me explain.
Don't joke around with GFT Radio.
Let me explain.
We will run with it. We'll create a whole show behind it.
So
No, what that
to the people.
Of that time we had that person call in on one of our shows, and they were like trying to punk us or something, and they literally asked us to do a show about people being handicapped and their
yeah.
And we did the show the next week. We was like, Sounds a good idea to us.
We'll do it. We ain't scared.
We ain't scared.
We ain't never scared.
So check. So this how we ain't had no topic to talk about. Now I mean,
exactly.
So I was thinking about the show we had. We was doing quarantine and chill, and had brought the topic about the OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. That's why I had a conversation about that.
A lot of people are making money off OnlyFans, and then I was noticing, I was having conversations with different friends and different relationships. Now I mean male and female, and it seemed like
who's what I mean. Winning?
Exactly, because the males and females are both talking to, and more than both. Like they get it done dirty,
right?
But you know what I mean.
Bitches is winning.
But for whatever reason, they sticking around. They not going nowhere. So I'm like, yo, you know what I mean. You have to. I guess hoes be winning. You treat them dirty. You treat people dirty or do them dirty. That I guess it's attractive to some people. You know what I mean. That's how I was just joking when it came up. Like hoes be winning because it's like no, everybody's standards is so low now. In my opinion, everybody's standards is so low. So we accept anything. So now you got people going on OnlyFans or whatever who really don't got nothing to offer, making money because people don't got no standards. You know what I mean? We it's no more shame. Henceforth, the term slut shaming came about. Oh, you know what I mean? So it's like everything is okay, everything cool now. And it's just weird to me. It's just weird to me like that. Like that's the times we in. We're in such a no judgment zone or whatever. But
I think it's. I don't even think it's that. I think
real.
I think it's just that it's a combination of things. You got people that been in relationships for all they early teenage into mid adulthood life, and they finally single, so they acting the goddamn fool, doing what they want to do, and they just don't want to settle down. They want somebody that's not really trying to settle down. So when they meet somebody that's like really trying to settle, they like, nah, I got this going on because I done did all that, and I'm gonna be over here. Or you got the people that just really not really looking for nothing. They've been so hurt that they just ain't looking for nobody. Like they just like, I'm gonna be over here doing this, and no matter what this person may be, I'm gonna be over here with this shit because this is less of an emotional attachment I gotta be involved in. I could just do what I want to do, and I don't gotta explain shit to this person. I could be fucking ready to shoot and the motherfucking crew, but it doesn't matter because that person is okay with it. And there's a lot of people pretending that they're okay with things that they're not okay with, so they're accepting that this person is doing all this other shit, and they just like, well, we just.
But it makes people look desperate, man, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's not cool. It's not cool. Now I ain't want to knock nobody hustle or nothing like that, but it's like damn, it's that easy now to get over.
Right.
You feel me? It's that easy now to get over, and it's no discreetness and what's being done. Everybody, you know what I mean, really live and direct with it too. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's no shame. So it's like, you know what I mean? I know couples to where the other person that like their partner is cheating, they know it, but it's like, or doing them dirty, but they just accept it. You know what I mean? And that's weird. Like that's weird. Like don't, you know what I mean? You bringing your value down when you do that. You know what I mean? So when hoes win, you know what I mean? That brings the value down. That just brings the value down to everything.
That brings down for everybody because if you really try it and that person really ain't, like if y'all really believe that whatever y'all had going on was the shit or whatever the case may be, it's always like I've had relationships where everything's going fine. Like we like, a matter of fact, I've lived with a dude. We was together. We was engaged. Like he came home. We alternately cooked. We alternately like we had bills lined up. How the bills were getting paid. Like all that shit. Like finding like relationship shit. Like living together, engaged. Like planning out how we gonna pay bills. Like how talking about accounts and like all this miscellaneous stuff. And then like go to work one day, somebody walked through the door, and now all of a sudden that's that person. Even though you already know the reputation, you lined up for that, and now relationships go to crumble because you just. Like no matter what you had here, that seemed better for the moment. So you're over there. So a lot of it is just like, well, damn. So if I'm really not quote unquote, a lot of people convince themselves that they're not looking for nothing. They're not ready to settle down, knowing some of them are actually wanting to settle down, but they just don't think that they're going to find that person, so they accept a lot of stuff, or they perpetuate the thing of them being that person that's liable to bounce around, because why settle down if I know I'm going to get hurt? Whereas if I can go mess with this person, go mess with that person, I could be like, I ain't really got to deal with too much.
Hands on.
It's
well,
just
I can't get hurt.
And that was the thing I was going to comment on, is that I feel like, you know, a lot of it is about we're desensitized to dealing with bad relationships, right? We're desensitized to dealing with people cheating, people doing things in a relationship that don't progress the relationship, or not being, you know, or being non-committal and doing things that are detrimental to the relationship in general, right? So we get desensitized to that kind of thing. And then, like you said, I think it's a problem of, are they being serious about the relationship, or are they being serious about commitment in general? And then they end up, you know, like you said, taking that stance of, you know, you do what you want to do, I'm gonna do what I want to do. It becomes a tit for tat sometimes. It becomes a problem of people saying, you know, building up that, okay, you doing you, and as soon as I get my chance, I'm gonna be doing me, you know, that kind of thing. So I think, you know, that kind of allows these kind of things to happen and build up and be seen. You know, I mean, the whole side chick thing and the whole situation of people having these outside relationships ends up being just the fact that, you know, the other person either just doesn't care, or even if they do care, like you said, Clint, they're allowing it because they may, you know, their value is brought down, or they don't have that value to be able to say, you know what, this isn't what I want, or this isn't what I'm, you know, signed up for.
Yeah. Shan Patton said, do you think that our music perpetuates this desensitization?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I want to comment on that first, because for many years, I think I even spoke on this on one of our previous shows. Like a friend of the show, Alex, me, him, and another friend of mine, Marcus, we used to always have this conversation. And I used to be like, man, music don't really have that influence. I'm like, it can't. To me, now, I mean, that's how I always thought. Like, music don't have that much influence. But as I've gotten older, you know what I mean? Because what they pointed out to me, it's like, Clint, you probably more mature. You probably had a certain type of guidance or mentor, which I did, that let me know, like, bro, don't believe everything you hear or everything you see on that tool, on that television. You feel me? So he was like, you know, Al used to always say to me, he's like, Clint, everybody don't got that. You know what I mean? So a lot of these, this is the only education they get is from music or movies or whatever they see on TV. So since the only thing that's being promoted and mainstream is the worst of us, you know what I mean? That type of mentality, get money or money over everything, then yeah, it breeds that, you know what I mean, and it desensitizes us to it. Right. So yeah, I truly do believe now, as I'm older, that music has a lot, you know what I mean, to do with it, and people, it's also on the listeners as well. You know what I mean? And other people,
what they interpret.
Yeah, and parenting. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the key things. So my peoples let me know, like, yo, you know what I mean? That's just entertainment, bro. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's not real.
Yeah, what CW just said there about it normalize it, that was going to be my comment too, is that I feel like it's not only desensitizing us, but it pumps it up, it normalizes it, it makes it more prevalent that people are they feel like it's a good thing to be a side chick, or it's a good thing to have issues in your relationship, or as you know, a lot of times you see memes about it, you see the music basically preaching it. You see a lot of you know, celebrities and what are those shows, those reality TV shows, all of that stuff. It all kind of builds up this whole aura or this whole facade, like, you know, it's the thing to be. It's, you know, it's a great thing.
Yeah, they're making shows out of it. Remember, they had a show that was going to be about it.
And they made a show about what, side chicks, right? They were supposed to make a show about side chicks.
But they was coming out with one that didn't work out.
Yeah, and also go back to the music. I remember, you know what I mean? I remember it used to be a code, all right, before we get to the music. So when you talking to a woman or a girl, now I mean, I know when I was growing up, if I'm trying to holler at Sonny, right? I'm not trying to kick the other nigga back in. Or you know what I mean? I noticed it start turning when the music, when these R&B group, it will not just rap, R&B, start in a music, start making it cool and okay to talk to another man, woman, to you know what I mean? Then you remember Boyfriend Number 2, these popular songs. So all of that stuff, all these you know what I mean, that extracurricular stuff and relationships, the negative extracurricular stuff in relationships start getting promoted and start getting celebrated. And you feel me? It wasn't just rap. It was in hip hop. I mean, it was in R&B. You know what I mean? Pop music everywhere. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I find it. I see a lot of people that a lot of females, because I'm going to speak from a female.
Because we're destructive people, Shan.
Yeah. But it's a lot of people that I see, or a lot of females that I see that be like, "Oh, I'm the main chick." Like, I need them to hear what you're saying. You're saying that you're the main chick, so that we're very clear on that there's other people, or I'm girlfriend number 1. So it's 2, 3, 4. It's a whole lot of numbers to come after one, but and like that irks my soul when I hear.
But even before that, y'all used to say he coming home to me.
Yeah, he coming home to me. Exactly. But it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's a problem, because it's saying you're in a relationship with this person, but you're saying, well, at least he coming home to me. It doesn't. You look stupid.
Can I answer Sharon's question?
Because he's not about to do that.
Can I respond to Sharon real quick?
Yeah.
Sharon, we talked about this on a couple other shows before. Like, most people in our community, we not really, emotionally intelligent. So we don't really know how to exactly CW. You feel me? People love drama. You feel me? That's all we've known. That's all we've seen growing up. We, you know what I mean? In our communities, for the most part, we haven't seen what would they so-called traditional family structure on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? So, and then when we do see relationships, there's a lot of dysfunction. You know what I mean? You might see daddy with a lot of women. You may see mama with a lot of men. So you really don't know. You know what I mean? Most people in our communities really don't know how to handle themselves in a relationship. You know what I mean? Right. So that's why they continue to watch them shows and to watch that drama and all that destruction, because that's all we know. You know what I mean? All we know is dysfunction. You feel me? Normal is corny.
Like it more when it's not ours.
Yeah.
Because nobody like drama is when it's theirs. When it's everybody else's, you like, ooh, girl, let's put the popcorn.
A lot of people love to be in drama. A lot of people don't know how to operate. A lot of people don't know how to operate unless they in drama. You know what I mean? Unless they like you feel me? They thrive off of it. You feel me? It gets them going. They enjoy it. So, you know what I mean? That's why people continue to buy that type of music or watch them type of shows. You feel me? Right. That's all they know.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it's a perpetuated standard, right? It's something that people just build up and they just continue to embrace because they enjoy the drama, they enjoy the sensationalism of it. I mean, you got to think about it. That's how our media is set up. Our mainstream media is set up to be sensational, to be drama filled. You know, the headlines are built in such a way to try to get people's attention. You know, if you ever look at like a Google stream in an Android phone or the Apple News and the iPhone, you'll notice that a lot of the headlines or just the one-liners are built to make you click on them, sensationalized to try to, get you going or get you interested. And sometimes you'll read the stories and, it may have something to do with the headline, but it'll be in a different way. You know what I mean? They may say something that makes you think a negative thing is happening, but it turns out it's really not that deep, or it's really not that's happening. So I think the music is just an extension of that. It's just a matter of people wanting to hear that drama or wanting to hear that negative energy going on because it sounds good. It's interesting. It's more than what they're doing in their lives, or it's more than what's happening in their day to day. If you ever talk to people in a group chat, or look at Facebook. Facebook itself is built on drama, right?
Yes.
You have things that are going where people are constantly talking about their bad experience. They're talking about their issues with their parents, or issues with their loved ones, their significant others, whatever the case may be. So people just love the drama.
Well, CH says, Clint, that is exactly it. We have been conditioned to see the negative in our relationships. It has become all we know. So it's exactly what we do. It's garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hashtag facts.
Right? I was just about to say that. Know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. So and just the funny thing when you were talking about earlier, Clint, in terms of the OnlyFans situation. I had talked about that in that IG live the IG live we did a couple weeks ago, and I think maybe even the other one we did last week, and we were talking about why would somebody subscribe to like OnlyFans when there's free porn, right? And so I was reading an article about that, and it kind of speaks to still this same subject in terms of people who get the side chicks or who get a side guy and whatever, and want to be in between these two different relationships. And also, it speaks to other types of relationships like damn, I'm about to mess it up. Polygamous relationships, things like that. Polyamory. I can't say it. It's my bad. But
polyamorous or
polyamorous. Thank you. Polyamorous.
Yeah.
I know.
I was on mute. I was trying to help you. I was on mute.
Right. So I think that the reason, I actually read two articles, and I also talked to someone who has an OnlyFans, and they were telling me how people come there and subscribe because they get basically what they want. Not, when you go and get something that's just out there for free, it may not be exactly what you want. You ever watch something on a porn site, or you might see something on a movie and it's what they give you, right? So with the OnlyFans, you can request for them to do certain things. You may want them to not even get naked or anything. You just want them to look a certain way, wear a certain outfit. The guys send them outfits to wear. There's guys that are doing it that turn out they are doing it as well, just like the women are doing it. So
I'm getting paid. I might have to do this.
Well, yeah, there's a lady, one of the top earners. She doesn't even get naked on hers. She just.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to know more about this.
Yeah, she wears sexy outfits and does exercise. That's it. That's all she does.
Oh, wow.
And she's the number one earner on, or not the number one, but she's one of the top earners on OnlyFans.
That's all you got to do is find find a good fetish and pretend to be into it. And so you're going to get whoever you're going to get that like it.
Yeah, flip that to a relationship. A lot of people, especially guys, well, sure, actually women too. They get with other people, or they get these side relationships because they're missing something. They're given one thing, but they want something different, right? Mm-hmm. And they feel like this missing piece can't be fulfilled over here, or they just don't want it to be fulfilled over here. They may feel like it's either out of character or outside of what they want to do in their relationship, right? And so they seek that from somebody else on the outside. And then you end up with, what you want over here and what you need over here, that kind of thing. So I think that's one of the big draws to the side situations.
Yeah, I don't see how you could remain that, and that's us. But see, I know, so from back in the day, like we talked about this on other podcasts as well. Back in the day, this wasn't as it was. Your grandpa probably had a side chick, but nobody knew about them. They acknowledged no children. Because nowadays motherfuckers have babies with the side chicks, and then that's how relationships are getting found out. Whereas back in the day, it was never none of that. Like your grandpa had a baby with so and so, y'all never saw them kids. It was a rumor, but you never witnessed them. They never come around. And if they did, the mom may have knew about it. She made sure like the chick never came into the comfort zone. And like now it's that acceptance of you're a side chick and you want to be known and you don't care about the repercussions because you have feelings too, even though you know what you're walking into. And now you're mad because you're being shamed because you decided to step into a relationship that was our relationship, whether or not the guy brought you in or the girl, or whatever to do, or vice versa, the girl brought the guy in and cheated on her dude and stuff like that. So it's just like it's become acceptable, and now like these side chicks want to be known and state that exactly what they are.
Right.
Yeah. And they're okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't personally understand why they're okay with it, but I know there's some self-esteem issues there. There's some issues with other familial relationships that cause people to cause people to not care about being the second in the relationship. But then there also could be relationship issues that the person has experienced over time that cause them to say, you know what, I like this role or I like this position, and they're willing to play that role and play that position. So there's a lot of different factors there, but I think a lot of it has to do with the mental and psychological aspect of how that person is going through their life.
Yeah, because I can remember a time when I was in younger years, I had further with the side chick thing. I was not trying to be known at all. I was there for what I was there for, and it was that. I didn't cause any risks or anything like that, because at that particular time I wasn't in the headspace to even deal with a relationship.
Right.
So it's like, you're the person I'm sleeping with, so I understand your situation. I don't really got to talk to you. I really don't got to be invested, which is not where I need to be at, because where I was at, I wasn't ready to be involved in any type of aspect, wise, romantic wise, or that bond. It was just what it was, and that was it. Right. And it was for me, and that's why I think you're correct. You're correct in when you say about the headspace or the mental state that the person or emotional state the person might be in. They might can't handle, or they might be emotionally exhausted from a last relationship. Found somebody in the middle of all that craziness and dealt with them, and didn't have to add the emotional part to it. Can deal with,
right.
It was just simply a physical situation, and it was understood, and there was no issue. But at the same time, it's not right, but for that person, it may be the right situation for them.
Right. Selfish, kind of, really.
Selfish. Yeah, it is. It
very
is.
Selfish. It's very,
it is.
Clint, I'm gonna let you answer this one first.
I'm missing the question. She said, mitigate the missing feeling of what?
What I was just talking about in terms of the reason that I said both men and women do it, but they go outside of their relationship to get a missing part from somebody else.
Okay, from a member, how tips for women to mitigate the missing feeling? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You can't. You feel me? You can't. You can't. If that's on that man. You feel me? And his code and his moral compass. You know what I mean? And it also depends on what that feeling is. That's why communication is key. You know what I mean? That's why communication is key. So if y'all two communicate properly, you'll be able to figure out what's missing, what he's missing from you, what you're not able to give him, and then you could put forth that effort to try to mitigate that missing feeling. Now, if it don't work, then it's time. Then it's nothing you can do. But for the most part, you know what I mean. If he isn't willing to tell you what it is, to have that conversation, to come to that understanding with you about what it is, there's really nothing you can do. You know what I mean? And I think more women and more men need to understand that is like, you can't change who a person is.
Exactly.
Right.
You feel me? Whether it's a male, female, it don't matter. You can't change who a person is. They're going to be who they are. what you have to learn how to do is accept who they are and figure out what you can accept or not accept from them. Exactly. You know what I mean? So if sort of to like when the guy called the show last week, Joe, and he was saying about how we should write things down and see how how we match up with each other. That's what everybody should do before they get into a relationship. Write it down and see what you can give, what they can give, what y'all willing to compromise on. Y'all should always do that. I think that's a dope idea. Right. You know what I mean? That's
not just once, but periodically throughout the relationship. You know, exactly. 6 months, a year. You know, have those
always change
things I love, things I don't like. You know, things I want in the bedroom, things I want in the household.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, because we constantly change. Nothing stays the same.
Yeah. So I think we also need to write down the goals.
Yeah, the goals. The relationship. Yeah, definitely. You want to
because you want to be on the same page of what you want, what you don't want, exactly. where you try to be at a certain amount of years, like what you like, what's looking for future wise.
Because let's use just for an analogy, say Will and his fiance, Willie and his fiance. Say his fiance, she coming into it thinking more like as far as a family structure, business like. You know what I mean? Like she want to build the family structure, but she want to build it in a business way. You feel me? It's more so, legacy driven. To where Willie may be more so feelings and love driven. You know what I mean? He may be more emotional. It may be more emotional to him. You know what I mean? That may not work. Right. You feel me? Because even though both may have good intentions, both priorities and moral compasses are different. So they're going to, you know what I mean? So that's why it's always dope to have that, like communication is key. I always say two good people could make a disaster. You know what I mean? Two good people can make a disaster and then hate each other forever just because they really wasn't meant to be together. They were meant to be stop at friends. You know what I mean?
That's huge. That's huge because you know sometimes you jump into a relationship and everything is going great because maybe y'all are feeling each other. You know,
oh, we got an echo.
Yeah. I don't know if that's me. That you, Clint?
Yeah, I think that was me. We go.
So yeah, you know, getting into a relationship and everything is going great, but you're not having the real meat conversations. You're not really having
meat and potatoes, the
meat and potato conversations where you're like, you know, what do you think about this if we're in a household? What do you think about this if we decide to do this financially? What are we going to invest in? How are we going to retire? What are we going to do about kids? What are we going to do about? So there's so many factors, right? And people don't really take that stuff serious early on in a relationship, but then sometimes they'll accelerate a relationship all the way into a marriage. And now you're not stuck in a marriage, but now you're in this marriage and you have no clue who you're married to. And at this point, now it's like, now you got to figure it out. So, you know, like you said, having that communication, and not only just communication, like the new memes always say, having that understanding, getting that understanding from that person, not fully judging them, but you know, empathizing and understanding and trying to get a better grasp on what they want out of the relationship, what they want out of the family, what they want out of the, like you said, Sonny, getting the goals in line. So there's a lot of things that you need to discuss. You know, going back to your question, Shan, is that you have people who may be incompatible sexually, right? And through no fault of their own, they may not be compatible because they haven't really discussed it. They're either too afraid to bring the topic up, or they're you know, too shy to look bad in front of their mate, you know.
Yeah.
And you should never feel, especially if you're in a marriage, but if you're, you know, dating to get married, you know, you gotta come out and say, look, you know, I like my balls licked. You know, and then see what she say.
Or I need to jiggle my balls with your mouth. I don't know.
I like my asshole blowed into, and see what he say. Because the thing is if you don't discuss this information, if you don't come out and just say it and say, look,
I say it all the time. I think everybody that know me, listen.
Exactly. Yeah, they already know. They already know. Sonny has requirements.
I don't have many. Well, I don't have many, but like that's on one of the lists.
Exactly. So you have to have those conversations to kind of pinpoint if there are any incompatibilities or if there's some room for exploration. Financials, that's a huge issue.
Absolute. I don't think a lot of people discuss that because you have people that, and that's one of the biggest issues with relationships is financials. Because if you date somebody, so if you're financially got your shit together, right? And you're used to, like me, I'm accustomed to making sure my bills pay on time. You know, people say, "Oh, you got extra days to do all this extra, blah blah blah." And like, I got extra days, but we gonna get that done. Like, I'm not a last minute Nelly. Like at the customer, like, oh, let me have it paid before they, give me a late fee. I try to get stuff done immediately. So if you want the people that don't necessarily pay your bills on time or don't pay your bills consistently and you're always worrying about getting shut off for things, like that's a red flag for me in a relationship. You're always concerned about not paying something on time or not paying stuff on time, and then you're always getting shut off notice because we have a problem. Because at that point, that's you telling me that your life is not together. Right. You don't prioritize. You have no priority. Your priorities are definitely not in order. You don't know how to pay your bills. I mean, like not necessary way yet. How to pay your bills or what bills need to be paid and prioritize them in the way that they need to be paid because nobody got time to be living homeless. Like I don't fear homelessness because I make sure I pay my bills. I'm not gonna get with somebody that's gonna make me worry about me losing my place to live. No, you will be homeless. I'm gonna be good because I'm not. Like we discussing that. We think about moving together and shit like that. We need to make sure we good. Or if you ain't got your shit together and you by yourself, you trying to come my way. You never come my way and fuck up my life because you ain't got your shit. You fucked up and you homeless now. Now you gotta come stay with me so we can be homeless later on. No, I'm good.
Right. Yeah. So finances.
That's a big red flag.
With me, when it comes to finances, is because I know people who just because they make a lot of money, they spend a lot of money. You know what I mean? So like with me, a reckless spender. I mean, I like nice things just like the next person. You feel me? But I can't deal with a reckless spender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I have shoe problems, but that's not the point.
But like you said, though, you make sure everything's paid.
Yeah, I make sure everything's paid, and I may leave the store. If we go to a shoe store, I might leave with like three or four shoes, trying to figure out what happened in my life, and but my bills can be paid before I get there.
Exactly. Right.
So when I act up, I'm like, you know what? I had spending money, and I don't.
That's a major deal, but you're right though. It's because that's how many marriages fall apart. You know what I mean? Finances. That's like the number one thing for divorces is the family finances. So I always like one thing I used to always tell my sisters or my female friends or whatever family members is don't never judge a man by how much money he made. You know what I mean? Judge it by how he makes his money and how he handles his money. Exactly. You feel me? Because anybody can catch a lick. Anybody can get put on. You feel me? Oh, and get a good job like that. You feel me? But how do they handle that money? How do they handle that prosperity? You feel me? And then how do they handle a struggle? You know what I mean? How do they handle a setback? These are conversations that most people don't want to have because for whatever reason they think they're getting too deep into it. But you have to get too deep into it. You know what I mean? Like when you're trying to be with somebody for the long haul. You know what I mean? I remember one time I met a girl, we went out on a date, and the first thing she was asking me about was my credit and stuff. And at the time, immediately it turned me off. You feel me? Because in my mind, like, first of all, I don't need nothing from you. I already got my own, you know what I mean? I got my own car, everything. You feel me? Had me working 2 jobs. I don't need nothing from you. I don't want nothing from you. So it kind of turned me off. But as I got older, I understood. Because she was looking for somebody, you know what I mean, who, like Sonny said, wasn't going to bring her down because she had her shit together. You feel me? So If I would have viewed it as such at that moment instead of being taken aback, you feel me? Me and her probably would have been all right for each other because in all actuality we thought alike. You feel me? I just felt like she was just abrasive with it up front, asking me like, you know what I mean? But going back and thinking back on it now, like she was 100% right about, you know what I mean? Like she wanted to know. You feel me? She wanted to know. Like before we go any further, do we have, you know what I mean? Are we gonna be compatible financially?
Right.
And I respected it. To this day, I respect it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you kind of like when you're in the dating phase, some things might not make it at the first date, but at some point when you're talking about relationships and stuff like that, you need to have those conversations because that's a really important thing, especially when you're talking about um, moving in together and stuff like that. You should know already before you decide about moving in. You should know how this person is. Like you don't get to know how they are when you live with them 24/7, but you get to know their priorities about their bills. You should know that before you walk into let's get a place together because I want to know if we're gonna get a place together. Can you afford these bills?
Yeah, right.
Not
Yeah,
that you have to pay all of them,
I
but
mean,
it's not even that. Like I'm to the point where like this: if you can afford to pay the main bills without my help, we are doing good.
right.
Because I would want to be the same way. I would want to walk into a relationship or a apartment or something like that. We're going to get together that I can afford without you. Because if you get sick or fall ill, my income's got to sustain it. The same way if something happens to me and I have, or if relationship and I get pregnant, I'm out on maternity leave, I'm getting less than what my salary is. So you need to be able to, cover the order in the sense without me, or with some assistance from me, just not as much as you normally used to. So I don't want to have that situation where we're living paycheck to paycheck. We should be able to take care of it whether one is good or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, that's my goal, is to always make sure that the person that I end up with is like, we're good. Because like I said, I got a house now. So if you can pay my mortgage by yourself, we're good because I'm going to definitely pay it. But it saves us money if we both pay, we're living together. And then on top of that, if you should fall or I should fall, we still good. We not in ruins of, oh, I can't afford it because we were so living off your paycheck because you made, this astronomical number or whatever, comfortably be able to take care of us. I don't want it to be, I want us to be good, vice versa.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely agree that a lot of the incompatibilities with finances is huge. It makes relationships more stressful. As you can see here, I brought up this little statistic here from a divorce and debt survey, and as you can see, 30% of it was just what you were talking about, Clint, overspending, people getting out of control with their spending habits, and it makes the other person either upset or makes it hard for them to deal with. I think that a lot of incompatibilities in credit management also tend to lead to a lot of stress in relationships. So I think that's one of those things that makes relationships more challenging and keep people or end up making people divorce. So that's definitely huge to keep that in mind.
I wanted to get back to something. I know we was on topic, but I want to get back to sort of about the hosts be winning thing. It was something I was watching earlier about on somebody from Instagram. His Instagram name is Wellness Mogul. You know what I mean? He was talking about and I mentioned this before about putting people on pedestals.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, we got to stop putting on people on pedestals strictly off the way they look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess that's another reason why I came up with this topic too, because a lot of people, you know what I mean, his point was, and I think we made this point on here before, was that, just because somebody looks good,
don't mean they
you know what I mean? Everything, you know what I mean, male or female, just because somebody's very physically attractive, that has nothing to do with what type of person they are or what's in their mind. Like, you
Right.
don't know them. And he was like, because he was like, what's possessing y'all to send these people money that y'all seeing on these? Know what I mean? He was like, that y'all don't know.
Right.
Know what I mean? That y'all never met. You feel me? Who y'all probably wouldn't like in person, but y'all sending these people money strictly off how they look. And how they physically appeal to you. And he said, and guess what? 90%. He said, for the most part, that has nothing to do with us. That's something out of your control. He said, he said that's strictly genetics. You feel me?
Right.
So he was like, so we're praising people for their genetics, something that they have no control over, something that they did nothing to gain. You feel me? You didn't earn those looks. You feel me? So if you're cute, it isn't because you made yourself cute.
I made myself cute.
Your mom and
some people had to make themselves cute, and they paid for it.
and that was his other thing. He was like, and then some of the times, you feel me? A lot of these people aren't real women and men alike. You know what I mean? Not just women.
Yeah.
You feel me? It'd be men too, getting ass sculptures. You feel me? And all this type of stuff.
They be wearing lace fronts too.
It's like, you know what I mean? we done fell in love with the facade more than with reality, and I think that's why hoes be winning, because we love the facade, we love the phoniness. You know what I mean? We like to escape from
like
reality.
The arm candy. They like the arm candy.
Yeah, we like to escape from reality.
They like the, what is it? I like to call it the arm candy, or the plastic thing.
The trophy.
It's the trophy, yeah. And it's not realistic. It has no substance whatsoever. Right. You're just so caught up. Like I said, we talked about this, I believe, on the last Quarantine and Chill, when the guy told me, oh, I like you, or you like me. I like just off of me being light skinned, you don't know who I am. Maybe I'm a person. You have no idea. You like literally saw me walking down the street, and to you, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, but you have no idea who the fuck you're dealing with. Like, I'm an asshole and I'm petty. So when you say that, you don't know me. You just think, oh, she light skinned. And what if I'm the worst light skinned chick you ever met? Right. But you so you basically what he's saying was, to me, was it didn't matter. I was light skinned.
Mm-hmm. And we forget the number one culprit.
It's childish.
Opposed, we wanted simps.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely.
And simps, see, these go hand in hand to me. 1A and 1B. Simps and the women who love simps. You feel me? Nah, you laughing. A lot of women be, you know what I mean, be falling in love and loving simps and think they got a real one. And he really just a simp.
Right.
You know what I mean? He cheating on you, but he's simping with somebody else.
Christine just said hoes be winning because that's what the media is telling us. And she said hi, Christine. She did the show with me and the girls.
Okay, tell her we said what's up. Tell her we
hey
said
Christine.
What's up. Nah, I mean,
hey Christine.
Watching the live show.
But yeah, but that's what we was talking about earlier. She just basically, that's what we was talking about earlier. It's all media driven. It's very media driven, and I mean, but perception has become reality.
Yeah.
You feel me? Perception has become reality.
And it's just sad.
I actually got in an argument with somebody before I had got off Facebook. I actually got to arguing with somebody because I was like, a woman gets treated like a woman, and a hoe gets treated as such. You feel me? And a girl on there, you know what I mean, that I knew for a while, she got offended by that. Mm-hmm. She was like, all women should be treated with the same level of respect. No. No, just like all men shouldn't be treated with that. No, who told you all that? Now, I mean, everybody doesn't get treated with the same.
The internet told them that. Clint.
Yeah, like that's not reality. You feel me? You get treated with the respect you earn.
Right.
You feel me? That's what the respect you get. You don't get just because you're a woman. You think you're just gonna get respect just because you're a man. Just because you can't demand respect. You gotta earn it.
Exactly.
I don't care how much you walk around with your chest pumped out, or you gonna respect me. Like, nah, it don't work like that.
You gotta earn that.
Like that. You gotta earn it. And if you know what I mean, like, I'm gonna treat you, if you act a certain way, that's how I'm gonna treat you. You feel me? That's how it's not it's not. I shouldn't have to. It's not my responsibility to try to raise you up and treat you better than what you want to be treated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not. It don't work like that all the time. Nah, I mean,
No question. I know, we talk about guys not really getting their shit together, but what about the females that don't got their shit together? That don't got their priorities together? It's just all over the place.
Well, it's just as many of them, if not more.
Right.
Because it's more y'all than us. That's another media thing. That's That's false. Like, you know what I mean? That most women got it together more than men.
Yeah,
like,
some I know a lot that don't. Like,
yeah.
And nothing has ever opened my eyes to just females and men in general, and parenting skills and priorities was like, I work with kids for the better part of most of my life. I think working as a mentor and as a assistant cheer coach, I learned a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. Priorities, just miscellaneous, just everything. Hey, Mariah, it's just crazy because it's like, how do you, like, that's my biggest problem, the lack of your priorities.
I think it's not to cut you off. The biggest issue is we was taught, and we believe that, you know what I mean, men and women were so different.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You feel me? That we need men act a certain way. Like, yeah, we're different physically, you know what I mean? So certain things we may think differently, but to think that women are better parents or men are better parents, it's like, you know what I mean? People are people. So there's horrible parents that are like horrible people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So male and female.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's just, you know what I mean, male and who don't got their shit together, who never been taught how to get their shit together. Right. Male and female. So
that can be from upbringing. It could be from experience, because you think about it, a lot of times people are kind of trained in a relationship. I know that I've seen guys who really had no interaction with their kids when they were younger and didn't really know how to handle their babies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe the wife or the girlfriend was always taking care of the kid and doing everything, and then he didn't have to, or maybe he was around other females who were like, oh, we're gonna take care of the baby, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and so now he's in the dark on how to take care of his own kid, or he didn't have a father figure in his life. Because I know for me, that's a reason that I'm so involved with my kid's life, because my father was always involved in my life. He was always taking me and my sister places. He was always doing things with us, teaching us.
What up?
Exactly. All starts at home, so it's like we have so many factors that kind of form us and shape us, and it can create a better husband or a better wife or a better partner in a relationship when you have the right foundation, as well as the right life experiences that have geared you towards, being able to do that job.
Yeah, I got a couple comments. My sister Jazz, shout out to my sister Jazz, started a watch party.
Joining in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she started a watch party. So I got a couple comments in there.
Okay.
And it says, Kelly Tamika said, hoes be winning because they deal with hoes and someone who doesn't understand their worth. I think we touched on that too. Yeah. And then Christine, she put, but yet men are winning.
But yet men are winning?
Yeah, because
this goes back. That's a misunderstanding, though.
But I did ask them to comment on the live show so that way their comments can pop up like everybody else's.
Yeah, but that goes back to my point though. When we talking about hoes, like why are we even with the picture, even with the promo,
it's just females.
It just got females. So why are we like, that's something we train to
no
think.
It's just everybody men. No because
but man,
so
when she say man is winning, like no, like hoes.
Yeah, but men aren't seen as hoes because men are supposed to be single men are supposed to be quote unquote bachelors in that bachelor life. So that's the problem. Because if a guy does it, he's not necessarily seen as a hoe. That's just what niggas do. But if we do it, we're a hoe.
But how long that comment and that same point of view, people have been saying that. My great grandmother was saying that point of view, which tells me it's been going on since way back then. So we all know the truth. So we all know the truth, but we continue to not admit it and have the same conversation over and over again when we don't need it. So we all know men cheat or men are hoes just like women. Know what I mean? It's no different. It's all one and the same. It's all one and the same.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I was about to say that's a big misconception. It's not just men that are, on the receiving side of the side chicks. You got women having side dudes. You have, people, even couples having a whole side person.
I did listen. I'm not even gonna say about one time I was asking how they side chick to a relationship. I said, oh y'all different. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not exclusive to, just one gender. Definitely not exclusive. Women cheat just as much as men do. It's debatable who's doing more. It's definitely, like you said, there is a gender disparity though, right? There's a gender disparity in the fact that women will get, demonized more for it than men.
Every hoe in the book if we do that.
Exactly. Men are normally praised for their conquest, where women are normally down for it.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to tell them how to live comment.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they, that's the kind of, like you said, the ideology that's been put out there for centuries. Not just decades, but centuries.
I always thought it like this. You feel me? I just think the game today is fucked up, and it's fucked up because the Simps messed it up, and the hoes they lost their discretion. You feel me? So everybody wanted to be famous. Everybody wanted to have a name. I always felt like everything had its place. So like Dog in the comments talking about the brothels and that was like, people always say that was the first known profession. You feel me? With sex workers. That was the longest profession ever. My thing is there's only a stigma on it because of religion. Religion put that stigma on it. You know what I mean? But it's just as natural. Everything is always been around. You feel me? They always had their place. So if we always kept it in its place, I feel like, I think now, like somebody mentioned in the comments, like it's all about capital. It's all about money. You feel me? It's all about money. So everybody, the hoes be winning because they strictly about that bread. You know what I mean? They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about nothing. They strictly about that bread. And that's what has changed. That's what has changed from before. You know what I mean? So you feel me? That's why I guess you feel like some people be like, oh, they got their power. They gaining power or they gain control over their bodies and all of that. To me, it has nothing to do with it. To me, it's more sinister. It's more mental. How they winning now. You feel me? Like it ain't just about money.
Some of them come in to tear things down.
True.
They come in with their sole purpose of fucking shit up. Like you see that where you see a happy home and you envious, so you somebody bite the bait and now you successfully cause a rift because that's you that bored and beat.
But let me ask you something. Who fault is that really though? Who fault is that really?
It's the part of the person that's in a relationship.
Yeah.
For allowing it to pass.
Yeah, because a man can only affect my relationship with my woman if my woman
Chris said women were hoes first.
You're talking about the brothels. That's what I was saying about.
You're talking about the brothels. Somebody that's been centuries old.
Yeah. That's the first known profession of man. You feel me? But you know what I mean? I feel back to I lost my train of thought. Sonny has just said.
I'm sorry.
Sonny be looking at the comments all late.
Yeah.
No, I'm just reading it because I'm in a like I said, I'm in a watch party. So they're asking how to get their comments up. So I'm telling them how to go into.
And they have to actually go in come here and
to the live to the Facebook page. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, guys. So go to the Facebook page.
Natalino's just commented. He was talking about they on OnlyFans making the kill. Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And I'm about to figure this shit out. Y'all listen.
And we were saying earlier, you know what I mean? It's to me, it ain't even about, you know what I mean? The hoes be winners because motherfucking standards is low now. Like we don't got no standards.
I have a question for one of the people in the watch party. His name is Kurt Fleming Jr. I know you guys can't say because he haven't joined the live thing, but he said, I need clarity on what we are calling hoes. By some folks' definition of men who culturally are allowed to have multiple women are hoeing. Men are hoes and female are hoes. Anybody that's fucking everybody is a hoe.
Right.
Very simple. You fucking everybody, you a hoe. If everybody can get it, easy access.
Yeah, but it's also with intention. You feel me? You gotta have like what's the intention behind it mean something too. So like you was just saying, like some hoes, you know what I mean? If you loose, you know what I mean, if you just loose and you a floozy, that's not a hoe. Right. You feel me? That's not a hoe. You just, you know what I mean, somebody that's just fucking everybody. You feel me? See, a hoe is looking for some sort of compensation. You know what I mean? And whatever that compensation may be, you feel me? They got to get something out of what they doing. You know what I mean? We ain't just talking about those who just, like you just mentioned. That's why I said, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's more sinister.
Yeah.
You feel me? Sometimes it ain't just about the money, like you said. Sometimes it's just about them coming in trying to tear shit down. That's their compensation. You feel me? Your unhappiness, you being miserable, that's them being compensated. You feel me? So it ain't, but it also goes to, you know what I mean? Like I said, it all starts with, like, there's many different layers to it, but it all starts with, you know what I mean, no standards. Just we have lowered our standards to the point to where, you know what I mean, we just let anything fly. You know what I mean? We just let anything fly. So anybody could go on OnlyFans, you feel me, and make a couple dollars because it's some thirsty motherfucker.
I need extra money.
You feel me?
Right.
Just because people thirsty. You know what I mean? Just because people thirsty, you feel me?
That's the perfect time. A nigga ain't got nowhere to go besides beat for it.
I mean, the big thing, going back to what Natalino was saying, it's also really about just the game itself, right? In terms of and like what you're saying about the compensation. But I mean, the game don't stop for nothing. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were like, you know, it's a pandemic. Like, you know, it's got to stop for that, right? And I'm like, no, it don't have to stop for that. You know,
niggas don't give a fuck about this motherfucker.
I was literally on.
You right, Natalino.
I was literally on a what they call it, a IG channel, and this guy literally set up a strip club on IG Live, paying the girls and everything. He was like, he was having them audition. He was getting sponsors, everything. And then I had somebody else tell me about how somebody
Fendi was doing that. Fendi
was that
Fendi. He used to.
Well, no, this was the guy here in Detroit. He had like.
Oh yeah, he talked about him on the other
different pages. Yeah, he had 2 or 3 different pages going. And one of my a friend of mine, you know, was telling me, like, you know, he ended up doing it for like days. I'm like, you know, it's crazy because people still gonna, you know, people still want to see something sexual. People still want to what they call it. People still want to be seen. People still want to get paid. You know, so the game is not going to stop. I can guarantee you, there's somebody out there walking the street right now getting picked up and slobbing somebody down, male or female, slobbing somebody down right now in the pandemic. I can guarantee you, there's an escort out there still taking tricks, male or female, in this pandemic. It's not just because you're not doing it, don't mean somebody else.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I'm a little buzzed.
And then we also was mentioning before when we did a prior episode, like this is the most sexualized. this society. Yeah, yikes. Yeah, this is the most sexualized this society has ever been. You feel me? And then so, but you can't catch the Corona-19 through.
You know what? You know what?
Who willing to test that? Who willing to test
Exactly.
Somebody out there testing it right now.
Terrible.
Testing it right now.
No, hold on. So let's talk to the people real quick. So in all actuality, if we was doing our show normally on Blog Talk right now, we would be announcing that we're in our after show.
Oh wow, is that already?
Yeah, so basically it's actually 11:05. So basically we got like 25 minutes left for the show. But normally in our after show, we freestyle it, we switch it up a little bit. Unless the conversation is that good, we want to continue talking about what we're talking about. But dog talking about slob away. Dog is fun.
You know what?
Dog is fun. Dog is fun. I ain't mad at you, dog. You feel me? I'm trying to get it in the pandemic too. You feel me? Like,
right.
Listen, I'm going to listen. The way I've been.
You feel me?
I'm trying to sign myself up. Like, listen, tag me in. I got this. Show you something. It's been a while. Let me show you something.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I think this pandemic is making everybody ready to go.
Yes, definitely.
Like somebody might. This is the perfect opportunity to deprive that man, and then he may blow in your ass. You show like, hey, baby, I'm here. He's like, bitch, I missed you. Come here, let me show you something.
People getting all their fantasies fulfilled right now.
And I guess that's what I wanted to ask y'all. I guess was something similar.
Listen, I'm trying to get it done.
Has the pandemic actual have y'all evaluating all y'all relationships, whether it be intimate, friendships, family? Has it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel like this. Because the pandemic is going on, you know who is essential. You know who is. You should know who is susceptible. If I said that right. And you should just know, like, this period. You should just be like, hey, like, even if you don't, like, if I don't talk to you, say, like, I mean, then I could say I ain't shit either because I check on about a couple people, not too many. But I'm going to say, hey, you all right. Check in, make sure. I do Facebook check-in. Let me know you're alive. Let me know you're good. If you real close to me, I'm texting you. I don't got to text you every day. I'm like, hey.
Now, you know why I asked that? Because I've been getting random calls and texts from people I haven't heard from.
Yes.
Trying to make sure you're good.
In a minute, yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't know how to take it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to take it. I don't know how. Is you really checking on me or you just bored?
right.
You feel me?
Well, hey,
because if you just bored, leave me the fuck alone.
I got a text from my boss. My former boss for my last job. I'm like, really? Like,
oh, now I feel bad. Anybody checking on my black ass?
Yeah, but
I done got phone calls from people I ain't talking to.
I post on Facebook almost every day.
People I've been talking to for years. And like you said, Clint, some of it is that they're bored. I think some of it is that they're bored. Definitely because that guy to call me or to text me rather, he definitely had to be bored.
Right, Chris.
I dropped them off in the middle of an ocean.
No, I feel some kind of way because don't nobody call me and say if I'm okay. Like, I mean, I call people. I mean, no, I'm sorry, I can't really say that because my best friend, like, she don't really ask me am I okay, but she just we have a conversation like, hey, what's going on? Like, we just had that day to day, like, not a day to day, but like that. I ain't talked to her in a while. How the kids, like, how I asked her how her baby doing. Asked her how her mother's doing. I asked her how she's doing. Like, we had that conversation and stuff like that. So I can't really say that. She checks up on me.
Right.
If my supervisor don't call me for a whole day, I'm thinking something happened to her because she called me all the time. So I'm like, oh, hey, you haven't called me. Are you alive? What's happening?
Right.
But like, but me personally, I don't really call and check up on people. I be on the phone all day, but then my excuse is different. I'm on the phone all day between work. I am on the phone all day between work and emails. By the time I get, or if I'm working from home, clock out at 5, I don't want to talk to none of you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck.
I was about to say that. You just say shit. You
I'll
just don't
post
want to
on
talk
Instagram. You see that I'm live. I'll say it. I'll do like a random Facebook checking. You niggas good. Like my family and friends all good. But like I personally because like I said, for us essential workers, we working, and we getting more calls of people like you home unproductively getting paid and still calling me. Leave me the fuck alone. You home getting paid. Stop talking to me.
Well, see, my
time she been done for like 4 weeks now. You don't gotta ask me how your time she got it done. It been the same way for 4 weeks. Don't fucking call me and ask me dumb shit.
Right.
The governor told us the state and schools are shut down. I don't need you emailing me, asking me did I get your email about the school shut down. Like the fucking governor is my boss. Leave me alone.
All right.
So I definitely agree with you, Clint, that I've been getting the calls. I had a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago about that whole, is this love or is this boredom? And I think it was a Snapchat show. They were talking about, or Snapchat, newscast, and they were talking about dating sites, having a higher rate of new people or new people joining, new joinees, as well as higher activity going on the dating sites. And I'm like, that's definitely got to be a recipe for disaster for somebody to start a relationship with you in the middle of this pandemic. And, you can only do so much interacting, which in a way I can see it being beneficial to the relationship, because when you're separated from somebody and you have to just talk to them and you have to just interact with them on a different level, there's no sex, there's no going out dating, you just have to get to know them psychologically, mentally, get their family history, all that type of stuff. I think that's a good benefit of this pandemic, is that you have to be forced to talk to people. But then it's like, what are their motives afterwards, right? What are their goals once this is all over with? If they're what they call it, if they're serious about your interactions, they're serious about building up something with you, it could be great, but it's like you never know until it's over, right?
And my big thing is consistency. My big thing is consistency. If you can talk to me during this pandemic, once it's over, can you still have that same energy to conversate with me? Not necessarily, because I know like very understanding that if you are working, you're gonna go back to work. If you're home, I'm being unproductive right now because you can't work. That's one thing. Now that you're working, are you going to make the same effort to reach out and have a conversation with me, whether it's brief or check in with me, or not that? And like I said, not to say that you have to talk to me all day, every day, because when you were home, you had nothing to do. You had all day, every day to talk to me. But now we're both working. I can't fucking talk to you all day, every day. But I need you to still be consistent.
Real reason why I brought this up, because I was going to say that. Do you think some people are being selfish as well? Like, are you hitting me up because you're checking on me, or are you bored? You know what I mean? But are you just hitting me up just on a regular basis? Like, some people are
entertainment.
Nah, not for entertainment. How should I put it? Should we really be holding people? Should we really be expecting people, since we're in the pandemic, right? And everybody's going through something, and everybody's stressed. Yeah. You feel me? Should we really be concerned or hold people accountable for not reaching out? You feel me?
So I thought about that, because like in Sunny's situation, I kind of have the same thing, right? Because I'm working from home, but I'm working, 40 to 50 hours a week. My kids don't physically live in my home. They live with their mom. So I have to go back and forth between the two houses to check on them, to get them supplies, to do things for them, because they're all sheltering. They're not going out. They're not doing anything other than, stuff in the house. So, my day is very full of between work, dealing with outside activities that I have to do, for my business or for other people who just know that I can do certain things professionally, and then dealing with my kids and their needs. So, I spend a lot of time in that flow or in that routine. But then I have a lot of people who still contact me. They text me, they DM me, call me, and there'll be days like, Mondays are usually the worst. It's not bad, but you know what I mean? It's usually the most busy is that I get a ton of phone calls. I get a ton of text messages. Sometimes even while I'm at work. But it's a lot of hand holding, a lot of consoling, a lot of information, distribution, a lot of, today was a big one. I did a ton of research, helping a friend out with understanding things that were going on. And, I think that for some people that know me or that, are my family or friends, they may be like, dang, I haven't heard from Will, or I haven't really talked to Will, and it's like, or even a couple that like my godmother, she wanted me to come over her house. And I'm like, I really don't have time to come all the way to your house. And I really don't want to, because we should be sheltering. You're older. I don't want to put you at risk. I'm always at stores. It's bad enough I have to do this and then be around my kids, but I'm definitely not about to go around someone up in age. So it's like you have all of these things that are going on in our day-to-day that's different, and it throws off our usual experience. So we may not be checking on people, like Sonny said, I don't have a lot of time to check on each and every person that I may have probably previously been talking to, feel bad, but it is what it is. I just got a text from a buddy of mine. I haven't talked to him in like 6 months, and he had to reach out to me, but it's like, hey, I got a bunch of other stuff going on.
Yeah,
but some people may feel that way. They may feel upset.
I get it.
Oh yeah, Chris, that's a good point. Why are you answering the phone? So I think sometimes it's our boredom too, right? Sometimes we may be bored, or we may just be curious, or you just don't care. You're just like, it doesn't matter.
You don't want to, it could be some news, like, you feel me? Like a friend hit me up the other day. He told me his mom had caught the COVID. You feel me? So you don't want to, just because somebody hit you up in a minute, and you don't want to chance it. You feel me?
Yeah, because I have friends I don't talk to beyond this COVID thing. Like, we don't talk every day. We talk. It's months before we go talk, but when we talk, it's the same as if nothing ever changed. So you just never know.
Right.
Exactly.
True that. And plus, too, a lot of times it may be a person that you just, not to say you forgot about them, but you just haven't had that interaction, right? You haven't had a reason to interact, and them calling you up because they're bored is not a bad thing to your life, Yeah, if they called you up to hit you up for money or something crazy, or something like that, yeah, you may have to rethink that in the future. But I think a lot of times it's just I think most people get and understand we're all trying to make these connections. We're all trying to feel this human connection in a time when we don't have a human connection. We're not able to go to bars and to restaurants and to amusement parks and all these other type of spaces where we normally would have interactions with other people. So now you're reaching out to people who you haven't talked to in years or in days or in months. And just, from the simple fact, you're like, hey, you're the next person on my list. Let me give you a call and see what you up to. Buddy of mine, he did that. He joined Instagram, set up a whole DJ thing because he didn't have anything to do. He's off work. He's got more time on his hands, so he did that, and he hit me up like, hey, come check me out, blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, cool, appreciate the invite. So I think a lot of times we're just trying to make that human connection, because at this time we're lacking it. We're suffering from the lack of it. And like Clint brought up earlier, a lot of people are mentally and emotionally scarred by this. There's going to be a ton of PTSD behind this pandemic and behind this quarantine, behind this lockdown, because of the fact that we're lacking this social interaction.
I think a lot of people,
fear that's been put into some people's hearts. I don't really fear it. I have a fear for the people around me and my loved ones and the people that they love. I have a fear that they would be affected by this. I don't want that for them.
And
I don't feel the situation. I'm just like, it's whatever. It's just another situation. But some people have an extreme fear of what's going on, and they're going to have PTSD behind this.
I think a lot of people are going to have a PTSD because of the fear they have to confront themselves. You feel me? A lot of people, like, this is a time where you have to confront yourself. So, you know what I mean? Your reality or your false sense of reality, your false sense of security, all that has been snatched away. All of that has been snatched away. So now you have to deal with you and who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes looking in the mirror, you may feel, some of us, a lot of people lost their jobs. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff going on. This is affecting relationships. So you're going to feel inadequate. It's only natural. It's only human. You feel me? But unprepared, because you're going to see how unprepared you really was for this. You know what I mean? That's what this is going to show a lot of people, how unprepared they really are, and how and were. Now I mean, so going forward, how they going to, you know what I mean? How are they going to learn from it, or are they going to fold? And some people are going to learn from it. Some people are going to fold, because like I always say, the mirror is the scariest place, and some people get lost in that mirror. You feel me? Or never want to stand in front of it, but that's the only way you're going to progress. You feel me? Because you have to see yourself for who you is. And a lot of people right now are seeing themselves for who they are, and they can't deal. They can't deal. True. You know what I mean? Oh, I really
there's a big mirror on people right now to themselves. They need to know who they are.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what we was talking about as far as relationships go too with people. It's like, now you really gotta sit down, you gotta have a conversation. You're gonna see what your conversation skills is. You're gonna see what your social skills is really with your with your partner or spouse or whatever. We're gonna see your real parenting skills. You know what I mean? We're gonna see how much patience you really got.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're gonna see do you really appreciate that time that you have, and just
right,
that's it. Just, do you really going to appreciate it? You feel me? Because a lot of people wasn't appreciating their time. So now you got time. So now you wouldn't appreciate that time before. So now you don't know what to do with the time you got. So what do you know? You know what I mean? Because you never appreciated it. So now you face to face with yourself, and a lot of people realizing, like, damn.
And you like yourself.
Yeah,
that's
what was I really doing?
They're realizing what they don't like about themselves, what they do. They're realizing who their family is. They're realizing who their friends are. You know, I mean, going back to your question earlier, Clint, I just thought about it. I have been seeing a lot of memes about that, where they're like, you know, people are like talking about, you know, if they're checking on you, that shows that they really was your real friend. If they really checking on you, and it's like, some people may not be checking on you because they checking on their own family.
They got kids. People got kids.
People got kids, right? You know,
like,
there's a lot of factors in there. If you feel that,
if anybody got younger kids, it's a lot more on them.
Right.
So you have to be, and that's the thing. Like I said, I'm all about, like, I feel like people, like I said, I can say the same because I'm busy. Like that. You have to take accountability that person's situation. If that person is, you know, your friend's situation, it's like, I don't sit there and, like, I'm gonna just say it like this.
Let's keep it real.
We don't sit there. I don't sit there and text you and Clint every day and say y'all good. Like, you know,
let's keep it
I want to make sure y'all good, but I don't text y'all whether or not y'all good or not.
When we say this word friend,
a friend, some people use the word loosely.
Like we using it too loosely. Because at the end
I'm just saying, like, if you consider somebody your friend.
But hold on though. At the end of the day, the people who gonna hit you up are gonna be the people who, like, you know. You feel me? Like, you know who your circle is. You know who you know what I mean? If they don't hit you up, you'll feel some type of way. You feel me? And you'll have good reason, because you know what I mean, that bond. So like Brittany said, everybody has their own shit going on. True.
Yeah.
That's true. Everybody, we all have our own shit going on. But like,
hey, Tanya,
you know what I mean? It takes nothing for me if I really fuck with Sonny and I know Sonny maybe having you know what I mean, her situation may be rough, but going in before all of this, you know what I mean, what type of friend would I be with the pandemic hit now? Not saying that, not hitting her up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because I got shit going on. We already had shit going on before this.
Yeah, but sometimes you have the best intentions and then life happens.
Yeah,
like
but
I know, like for me,
see you know
I
life.
come home
I
from
would know
work,
life
I
will
have
happen
like, I'm
with
gonna
you.
call so and so, and I'm gonna call so and so to make sure they good, and then you dealing with your kids, then shit happens, and by the time you remember, the day is over. It's probably 1 o'clock at night. Who's up? No, they're not up. I do it to my sister Jazz. I'll text her, like I see she's online at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm calling her like, yo, how was your day? Blah blah blah. Like I'm calling her at 2 o'clock in the morning. But like some of my friends that got young small kids, they ain't up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right, true that.
So I can't, like when I remember to call them, like shit, these niggas sleep. And by the time they up, I'm on my way to work.
Yeah.
It's a circle of life. Like I feel like you have to know what friends, and not even just like the people you really rock with. You have to know if they had the time, they would definitely call you. You just know that.
I agree with Tony.
Like you got people taking care of their parents, siblings, and kids.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mariah. It's definitely a good time for self-care and self-love. That's for sure.
Yeah. A lot of self-love.
My thing is, and my last word on this is first take care of yourself. You can't help nobody if you can't help yourself first.
Exactly.
One thing my dad always told me is like, nah, man, you gotta be a little selfish. Gotta look after yourself first. So my advice to everybody is make sure yourself good. Now I mean, make sure you good. Now I mean, make sure you got everything in order. Then once you got everything in order for yourself, then you good. Now I mean, you good. Then you can check out. But until then, you know what I mean, take care of yourself first, because you can't help nobody unless you help yourself. But for the elderly, for those of us who got elderly family members who don't got a lot of people looking after them, well, you know what I mean, I implore all of us to go a little above and beyond. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta make yourself uncomfortable. You feel me? That's what love is. That's what family is. You feel me? To make yourself uncomfortable sometimes. So we can all say we got a lot of shit going on. We can all say this, that, and the third. But love is love. And you're gonna make that sacrifice. So
right.
I think we need to end it on that.
I think so too.
That was like that's like the perfect ending.
Yeah.
Well, guys, want to thank you guys for joining tonight. Thank you all who joined in on the live chats. Thank you those who started watch parties and got their comments and shared on. For those who we missed, we apologize, but just for future reference, if we're doing a live show, you're watching a watch party, you can comment both into your watch party and the live show. So definitely do both. That way your comments will show up on the air. As you see, many of them have been tonight. That way we can read them out. But for those, I've been watching the watch party. I'm saying house party. So I've been reading them, but if we don't catch it, we can't comment on it, or we don't see it. So just be mindful of that. But guys, give out your info. Clint.
I think, did we lose Clint?
Hopefully. Like he froze. Maybe his metro. I don't know.
Did you say maybe?
We're gonna be petty tonight, because I am petty.
As always.
E to the TTY. I'm petty.
All right. Well, you can get at me at Willie Stylez everywhere. I'm on IG, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok as at Willie Stylez. I'm Willie.Stylez on Snapchat. Catch my blog, stylesradio.com. You can check out all the new music that I'm checking out on a daily basis. New Music Fridays. Make sure you definitely check out my blog, stylesradio.com at that time. WillieStylez.info for all my links. Get at me.
And yes, Chris, self-love is imperative. That's the best safe sex you can have. There's toys and plenty of other things. I'm all for that. Stay strong, single folks. We got this. But anywho, I am Sunny _D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok. For those who like to follow my TikTok, I'm outrageous on there. I got more things than I post on my actual Facebook page, and Instagram is more on the TikTok. So if you want to catch those, go there. Go to my website, Unreservedly Me. Check out my randomness that is in my mind on paper or on the internet for you guys to read and enjoy. All my emotional baggage and all that extra shit. Um, Go to our website, gftradioshow.com. Like our Facebook page. For those who are watching through the watch party and have not liked the Facebook page, go to GFT Radio on Facebook, like the page and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel for those who are YouTube people and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate all the people who have followed us on our Blog Talk Radio website, YouTube, yes. And many other places that we have we host our podcast. Go to teespring.com. See this merch? Y'all see this? All skin folk and kin folk. And the thing is, I think Clint got on the same shirt as me, but his is black. At least I think that was black. But go there and go get some merchandise. So teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GFT_radio. I said like our Facebook page, like our YouTube page. Follow us everywhere. All right, guys.
Catch y'all.
What are you laughing at, Willie? What are you laughing at?
Oh, that was Clint. He just FaceTime.
Called on IG, right?
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yep.
I wasn't. I'm sorry, Clint. We're not answering you right now.
7 days. Or actually, you can catch us in 4 days. We'll be back here Thursday on Facebook and on YouTube. And we're going to have some more topics. We're going to have some more things. We're going to be just freestyling, though. So get at us. Join us again. And
we'll grab your drink or whatever you so choose, your hookah, whatever you do.
Right.
Grab it. Meet us here at 10 p.m. on Thursday. And we are trained to go. We're going to be talking about a bunch of shenanigans. I don't know. It gets wild on Thursdays. We last forever.
No doubt. Yeah. 3-4 hours. We do it. We do it.
Yeah,
all right. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.